And welcome back. For our last element of the week, we are dealing with the element of space. Now you notice that things will be a little bit different with this lesson. For one, I am not posting it on a discussion. In fact, going forward, I will not be posting any of these recorded lessons on discussions. Instead, I'll be using them on pages sent in Canvas that will allow anyone that may need it to use the immersive reader function, which will vocally read everything I have down back to you. Now, with that said, and I'll be doing that with assignments as well from now on. So, moving on. Now, space is defined as the area within, around, above, or below an object or objects. So, that right there is split up into two different things. Positive space and negative space. Now I'll just have myself a little person to put over here. That should be enough. Now, positive space is anything that actually makes up the key components of your piece. In which case, a little guy here. You are in fact positive space. Your room is the other thing, negative space, which is everything that is around you that may not have as much importance as you. I mean, would you say that your TV is as important as you? Would you say your bed is as important or even more important than you? No, you wouldn't. Those are background objects. So, positive space, we'll call that the main subject. It has mass and takes up space. So, this guy here. Negative space is everything not the main subject. So essentially everything that is around. Now, that does not mean that negative space is immediately some large blank canvas, because we don't do minimalism here. Negative space just means anything that does not hold as much importance. Now, on top of that, when dealing with space, you have to consider the three parts of your picture plane. A little guy here, remember, is just a subject. He's not the background. He's not an element that we use as window dressing. Instead, you have to consider the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. Now look, we're already using our other elements because now we're using line weight to help determine what our foreground, or the closest part, the middle ground, the average part, and the background, the furthest part is. And in fact, you can use this as a bit of a value scale. Now, classically speaking, when dealing with space, Objects in the foreground will appear closer to the bottom, objects in the background will appear more towards the top. And that has not really changed, however, we have expanded our horizons from that. Now, space using the previous elements of line and value can create an illusion of 3D space on a 2D picture plane. This illusion is created in these 6 different methods: size, overlap, placement, atmospheric perspective, shading, and linear perspective. Now here is where our first difference with this lesson is going to go. Rather than just this one video, I'm going to have multiple videos, one short one for each of these, to show you how space works within them. You can try this out with your own objects at home, but for right now I'm going to cut this off so we can get to our next presentation. One sec.